Fun little bit of info there for you guys. During the Battlefield 1 beta, the most played class was the Assault class. Yes, the tank killers, the SMG wielders, the Assault class, narrowly beating out the Scout class as the most popular class of choice during the beta. There's a pretty significant gap between the next closest, and in third place we crown the Support class, leaving the Medic class as the most unused class in the game. What? Is this Battlefield? The Medic's the least popular? My, have times changed. So, with that little bit of information, that little nugget of knowledge, I wanted to let you guys know that I thought it was extremely weird that I saw very little, very minimal use of the Automatico. Seeing as how this was the most played, most run into class in the game, I was really shocked to find out that this is probably the best gun in the game. I said the same thing and made a similar video way back in the alpha, and it still stays true to this day, and I expect this to roll out the same way in the full game. I highly doubt the information in this video is going to make it into DICE's ear, but we can all pray, right? Now, this is a ridiculously strong weapon for a few different reasons, one major one being that it's got a monstrous rate of fire, meaning the time to kill in immediate close quarters is absurd. This thing is just a beast. You pick the right variant though, and this thing is a laser with hipfire. As you can see, this is very weird, right? This is awkward. In a Battlefield game leading with hipfire, somebody pinch me. This is just, I don't know, I feel weird about it. Not saying that you can't aim down sight with this thing and perform quite well. As you can see right there, that I do it. I don't have an issue doing it, and I choose to aim down sight during the medium range, but you don't even have to do that. I just do it for comfort. I even felt more comfortable hip firing on console, despite the amazing amount of aim assist this game has. Actually, it's quite ridiculous. The snap to target is real. I still felt hip firing was the best way to go. The movement and the maneuverability feel pretty good in Battlefield 1, but for somebody that plays a lot of different console games, I noticed that the aiming was a bit sluggish. The sensitivity is not right where it needs to be. You need to tweak it a little bit or play enough that you adjust to it. And I found that hip firing on console was still the most reliable way to use this weapon, and I thought it was just kinda silly at the end of the day, but it is definitely your king. This is the one that you kneel before because it is the best out there. Now, there were lots of other really great guns, or maybe designated OP in their own category. Not like game-breaking overpowered, but clearly better than the rest of the options in that set class. Like the Silp Slater, whatever you want to call it. I called it the Step Ladder. This gun had a ridiculous amount of ammo capacity, 21 available, and it was the mag reload, where the rest of them had to do it single feed, which is kind of ridiculous, and that was a really big advantage that gun had. Also, the MG15 put the rest of them to shame. It was ridiculous in the support category. And then you have this, which is obvious best in the SMG category, but it pretty much poops on the other ones that I previously mentioned. So you gotta keep in mind that the majority of people that play video games are casual players. They're going to be attracted to the high rate of fire weapons because they result in the quickest kills in most video games. Not to mention, this is a Battlefield 1, World War I era. There's going to be a lot of semi-auto firing about, and people are just going to take the guns that are easier to use and are more forgiving. You can shoot this gun and miss a few shots without being punished too much. You missed a few shots with the Regatti, and it's over. So this is one of those things, and one of those main reasons I feel like people migrated to the Assault class over the other options out there, and which is why the Medic was the least favored option. So with this, we saw a whole lot of MP18 Trench, and it was a very good gun, not taking anything away from that gun, but the fact that this gun outplays that gun even in medium range is a pretty sad reality. And this gun does need a slight tweak, and this is always a scary thing. We've honestly, for the last few years, seen what the full automatic high rate of fire weapons does to the Battlefield 1 meta. Talking about the K10 and Hardline, the AEK up until this day, the last few years with Battlefield 3 and 4, arguably the best gun in the game. So, this is going to repeat itself yet again, and I'm curious to see how it goes. Now, I did notice that some of the other variants weren't as reliable as this particular trench option was, and I think that comes down to the hipfire reliability. The other ones were decent, but this thing, I mean, like that range right there. That's silly! You're so silly! What is that? But, at the end of the day, I just wanted to get you guys groomed and prepared for what's going to come. When you do finally get your little meat paws on Battlefield 1, make it a priority to unlock the Automatico. I doubt it's going to be touched at all by the dev team, you're probably going to be able to get in there and use the trench variant. The other ones did not seem to perform as well as this, like I said, but they were still quite impressive in their own way. This is the one that is going to get you to scale and start leveling up faster because you win gunfights without even trying. Almost any time that I equipped this weapon, I would go on like 50-5 gameplays every time. It was almost bad. I felt like a sinner, just constantly using this gun. I felt bad. I felt like I wasn't pushing myself. It was too easy. I actually just stopped using the gun because I felt it was too good. And I just wasn't enjoying myself because I was winning every gunfight and never really had to worry about anything. I'd get occasionally shot from the side or sniped, but in actual 1v1s, hell even 1v2s, there was just too much confidence to be had. It was unnecessary, really. So, that aside, thank you guys for being here. Subscribe, stay tuned, lots of gun reviews and more information coming out due in the future. So I love you guys, have a great evening, and get out there and try out this weapon when the game comes out.